Good morning, everyone. Is there anyone? Please send me a text. Hello, Carol. There you go. Okay, I guess I am online. Good morning, everyone. Good morning and happy new start of a new season. So, for who didn't realize, yesterday, the 22nd of September, a new season started, which is the fall. My favorite season, by the way, and this is one of my favorite places to spend this season, New York City. And today is actually an extremely warm day. We've been having very chilly temperatures in the past 10 days, I would say, here in New York. And so I decided to come out and connect with you guys and make this very last walk in a warm, sunny, beautiful, summery weather. Okay, so let's see who is online right now. Hello, Take 7. Hi, AJ. Hello, Do. Good morning, Bella. Owen, hello. Ridvan from Turkey, wow. Hello, John Manzo. Hello, Juan. AJ, another mysterious park? No, it's not a mysterious park. Hello, Francesco. Good morning or good evening in Italy. Carol, beautiful day in New York City and beautiful day here in Krakow. Fall is also my favorite season. I'm glad to hear. Ridvan, where is the mask? The mask is in my pocket. Angelo says in Sicily it's raining. Wow, that's an event as well. Hello from Tajikistan. Wow. This is Otadek of, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Hello, Hans from Ecuador. Good morning. From Seoul, Canada. Wow. Okay, so today we are going to go inside Central Park. It's a very iconic location. I know I've never shot anything in my channel in Central Park. But today we're going to start with the live stream, and I'm here at the entrance of, I'm on 5th Avenue, by the way. I still have to enter. This is where I am at the moment. 5th Avenue, and this beautiful door, don't know how it's called in English, it's the entrance of the Conservatory Garden. So we're gonna start from here because I've been here for the very first time about 1 month ago, and I was blown away by how beautiful this location is. So let's go inside. A gateway. Thank you, Do and Barry. Sorry. Look, there are still, let's see if I can zoom in. There are still kids playing with water. Today I think it's about 25 degrees Celsius, and it's very unexpected because until yesterday we were wearing jackets and sweaters. Let's go explore the side gardens. Hello, Poilu from Nashville. Hello there. John from Norway. Marcus from Volgograd. Wow. Rod from Chile. Jorge, hello, welcome to the chat. Happy autumn to you too. I really hope that the plants still survive this cold that we've had in the past week. because I've been here, obviously it was still full summer, so before the cold, and the plants were stunning. Let's start from here. Okay, hello, good evening, Alejandro, hi, Don from Germany, hello, welcome, Amanda from Brazil, okay. Wow, it's such an amazing day here. I'm very happy that I decided to do this live stream. Let's go see this fountain. Last time I was here it was closed, so I'm very happy to be able to see it today. Hello Nicodemo from Trinidad. Very Peter, damp and cloudy in London. I'm sorry to hear, but that's also charming somehow, right? Bella says fall is really approaching. The leaves are turning already. Yes, actually last week I took a one-day trip to Long Island, so it was an area out of the city, more quiet. I took a day just to relax a little bit and disconnect, and I've seen a lot of yellow trees, fallen ones, so that was pretty impressive because, you know, in the north of Italy where I come from, at this point of the year it's still kind of full summer. Like the summer goes on until the end of September, I would say. Whereas here, from the 12th, I think it was the 12th, the first day where it was so cold that I had to put like a wool sweater on or something like that. So tell me guys, how is it, the weather, the climate in other parts, in other countries? For example, in Italy, in Germany, I see Vittorio is on the chat. Likertz from Germany. These are the 3 dancing maids in the meantime we are looking at. It's a statue that I was reading something about it earlier. A rich man donated to the park. He had it in his garden in Yonkers. And when he died, his son donated it to the park. And there is, if you go on, I think Wikipedia, and you go on the page of this statue, there is a gorgeous picture of this statue covered in ice in the winter. It's something really that I wish I could see it in real life, honestly. John, in Louisville, it's in the 70s Fahrenheit, and right now it's cloudy, which I guess it's about 25 in Celsius, I think. I don't know, these days I've been feeling a bit sad. I'm getting all the sprays of water from this. It's nice though, because it's pretty warm today. So these days I've been feeling a little bit sad because the summer has gone away so fast here, like literally from one day to another. It was no shorts, no t-shirts, no sandals, you know. It was simply cold and no heating in the buildings as well. So indoors it's pretty cold as well. Athens is kind of cloudy today, right? 4 and the 3, but it's hot. Athens is pretty south. Andrea says in Sweden the leaves are now starting to turn yellow and orange. You know what? Sweden, though, it's a very long country that extends a lot from the south to the north. The south is the part that is more populated, so I guess since you are not specifying where in Sweden, I guess you are writing from the south of Sweden. Am I right? Michael, buongiorno from Ireland. Buongiorno to you too. No, buonasera for you. Good evening. Nathan from Massachusetts. Hello, not far from here. Vittorio says, North Italy, we have the sun, but summer is almost over. I know. I know, but at least I've been talking with my family in these days, and they told me that it was 30 degrees in Friuli at least. 30 degrees would be in Fahrenheit, 90s, I think, something around 90s, I guess. Hello Judith, welcome to this live stream. Tracy Lynn, hello from Brunswick, Canada. Wow, I wish one day I could visit there. We are already getting frost here in the morning. We were like -3 Celsius just a few days ago. Very frosty mornings here. Wow, that's incredible. Already -3? That is kind of crazy. The other day I was just surfing surfing the YouTube and watching vlogs of other YouTubers, and a couple showed this vlog where it snowed like 30 centimeters in Colorado, which I thought it was pretty crazy. And they didn't look like they were staying in the mountains, you know? So, I don't know. Amanda R says, here in Brazil, the spring just started on September 22nd. Of course, the other hemisphere. You know, how do you feel, Amanda, having all the seasons reversed than the rest of the world? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the southern hemisphere has less population than the northern hemisphere. I might be wrong, but at least let's take YouTube for example. For sure, the YouTubers that are based in the northern hemisphere are more numerous than the southern hemisphere. So I always wonder, how do people feel like in Brazil, in Argentina, in Uruguay, in South Africa, in Morocco, in New Zealand, Australia, in all these places where the seasons are reversed? As you can understand, for me, the seasons are such an important part of my life. You know, many people, it's something that you say commonly, that when you don't know what to talk about, you talk about the weather. I think in every country, this is something that people say or think or believe. For me, oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. For me, it's really not like that. I could talk about the weather for the entire day, because it's such an important part of me, of my days, of my years, of my life in general. So I'm sorry if for someone this is boring that I'm talking about the seasons. I'm sorry about that. But I'm very passionate about seasons in general, and climate, and the change of the weather. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's just so important. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Lawyer Man, hello in Kansas City, Midwest, United States. Oh my God, Daphne Hernandez Ruiz, einen schönen Gruß aus Berlin, from Berlin. You know, coming here today, this morning, I was really thinking about Berlin. I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because I was listening to some Berlin music in my earphones, and I felt suddenly so nostalgic about Berlin. So, Grüße to Berlin. Hello, Yvette. Charles Patrick says sun rays are the same strength as in March. Yes, I would say maybe as in April, depending on what part of the month. I feel like March is more equivalent to October, but correct me if I'm wrong. Hello Terry from Toronto, Canada. How are things going in Toronto? I miss that city. You know, I've been there at the beginning of my channel, so I made only 2 vlogs based in Toronto, but I've been there several times. It was in the fall, by the way, so it was 2 years ago, fall 2018. I spent exactly 1 month in Ontario, all over Ontario. I've been several times in Toronto, but I've been also in Sudbury, in Kingston, in Hamilton, in Niagara Falls, of course. And it's been such an amazing, packed of adventure month. Hans asks, how can we know if the north is the north or the south is the south? Yeah, that's a good question. Sometimes it's good to discuss our beliefs. I guess north and south are not intrinsic. I don't know if this word exists in English. Are not intrinsic qualities of the places, but they are just what we in Italian call convenzione. I don't know if convention is the right word in English. I don't think so. Just an information that we agree about among us humans. So I guess the north is the north because we decided that the north is the north. Hello Brian F. Good to see you here. Skate Gang asks, fa caldo lì a Nuova York? Is it hot here in New York? It's only today. Today and in the next few days it's gonna be quite, it's not hot, but it's warm. Charles Patrick said something interesting. Yes, I was thinking about it earlier. Most people in the southern hemisphere live closer to the equator, so the season change isn't very drastic. That is true. I was thinking about it earlier because I was naming countries in the southern hemisphere and I couldn't name like Venezuela or Kenya or, oh my god, I'm thinking, I'm so bad at geography, or Thailand, you know, because they are so close to the equator that they don't really have seasons. It's always warm there. So yeah, I guess it's not that many world population that lives the seasons reverse than we do here. Mike Ryder says, I can't believe you're live. You're supposed to do that when I'm not working. Just kidding. Yeah, I know you're not the only one who kind of complained about me doing live streams when they are working, but what can I do? I should probably do them in the weekend, but in the weekend I work like 12 to 14 hours a day to edit the video that I publish on Sunday. So that's the reason why I usually do them in other days of the week. George, Hi from Virginia, Mary Jane. I see there are a lot of people wearing masks. Do you carry a mask? Yeah, I do carry a mask. Second question about a mask. I have a mask, obviously. I always have a mask when I'm outside of home. And I obviously wear it every time either I have interaction with people or I am in places that are crowded with people, or obviously if I am indoors. Indoors, at least here in New York City, you have to wear a mask everywhere, all the time. But if I'm just around, like here, there is no reason. Based on my researches, the virus, if it's exposed to, air agents, how do you call them in English? The humidity, the wind, the dust, whatever it is in the air, it's much less likely to transmit, to survive for longer periods of time. So unless I am like in a outdoor market area, for example, in that case I will wear a mask. But if I'm just here, I have no people around me. So that's the explanation. If there are in the future in this live stream more questions about me not wearing a mask, I will repeat this again. Alex says, here in Costa Rica, wow, Alex, a lot of North Americans and Europeans come in the summer because in their countries it's winter, and it's nice to have all these people visiting us. I'm glad you enjoyed them. I hope they behave well, or we behave well. Giselle asks, have you ever been to California? Giselle, I've never been to California. I've never been to the west coast of the United States so far, or the western part of the United States. I look forward to do that. I would like to visit the whole coast, mainly because I'm more interested in the northern part, meaning Oregon and Washington. But I know that, also the desert and the whole California is such an interesting place, so I would like to visit all of it. Jaden, hey Mary J, I'm at work right now, but I got a notification from your live video and just came to say hey, have a good day. Thank you, Jaden. That's such a nice thought of you to just stop by and say hi. Thank you. You have a great day too. Bella Ross says, seasons affect people differently. I love all seasons and will travel during any when able. Yes, I do agree. And I would like also to know, how do seasons affect you in general, you all? And especially, how does fall affect you? What is your mood in the fall? What do you think about the fall? I'm curious to know. Mike is on a lunch break from work. I'm glad to know. Tori says, nice video about pizza with Urbanist. Yes, guys, my friend and YouTube colleague Ariel from the channel Urbanist. I always pronounce this word in English wrong. Urbanist. Just released yesterday, I think, a video with me, a vlog that we shot. It's a food vlog, so you might be interested in checking it out. It's on his channel. Urbanist, again it's called, and it's a very, very good video. I watched it yesterday and I honestly love how Ariel edits the videos. I think he's a very talented video maker, and so I totally support his channel and his work. Miran says, would you please send some worth to Norway? I would love to if I could. Oh my god, I know that I've been to Norway quite a few times, also in the summer, and I know that the warmth there is something pretty rare somehow. And sorry about it, I could never live stable in Norway because I suffer the cold too much. Time for a kiss! You're here! Okay, so time for a kiss. 2 live streams ago, she or he, are you male or female? Time for a kiss, please tell me. She made a super chat and she asked a question, and I just, because sometimes I do these monologues in my live streams, I just missed the question and I didn't answer. I realized just later and I felt so sorry about it. So I'm gonna answer now. You know, time for a kiss, I put a note written on paper and attached it on the wall of my apartment saying, remember in the next live stream to answer to time for kisses question. So I'm sorry about that. But she or he was asking, what are the, well, I lost the question, but I remember it from the last live stream. What are the top 3 places with best tap water? Which is an interesting question. I'd like to answer it. So, I would say, since we've talked about Norway, I'm gonna mention the tap water in Norway. Do you know those fancy bottles of water that are called Voss? VOSS. That some celebrities, even here in the United States, advertise. It costs like, I think $4 per liter of water, something like that. So it's a very fancy water. It's all over the world. Well, Voss is a town in Norway, and that water is simply the tap water that people have in Norway. They basically bottle the same water that people have on a daily basis, and they sell it around the world for a few dollars a liter. So I have to mention this one. The other one is, well, I have to mention an autobiographical tap water, which is the one that I drink when I go to the Alps. Especially me and my family, we go to the Alps at the border with Slovenia and Austria, Italy, Slovenia and Austria, that area. And in that area, the water in the tap is, Jesus, they're watering the plants and I got wet. Okay, let's go away from this place. So yeah, the tap water in the Alps is something absolutely amazing. When I go down from the Alps to my hometown, I usually fill up some bottles with that tap water so that I have some to enjoy when I go back, because it's so good. And the third place I want to mention about good tap water will surprise many of you, and many of you might not be agreed with that, and it's New York City. Not joking. I think New York City has an amazing tap water. Of course, it's not the one that you get in Norway or on the Alps, but for being a big city with also, you know, an old system of tubes and stuff, I don't know where they get it from, but it's very, very, very good water. I would say in all the cities that I lived in, New York has the best tap water that I've tried. That's it. That's the answer to this question that I've been keeping in the back of my mind for like 3 weeks now. Elise, mandi dal Friul, from my home region, Friuli. Hello there. Let's see. Let me read some of your comments. Okay, so oh my god, sorry, I got so many comments and I didn't read them. Okay, I found the place where I stopped reading earlier. Kevin asks, qual è la tua bevanda preferita per l'autunno, which is in Italian, so let me translate. What's your favorite drink for autumn? I always drink water. I wouldn't really know. When I'm cold, sometimes when I'm really, really cold, I drink something warm to warm me up. So I would say some kind of herbal tea or ginger tea, that's all. Or hot milk as well, or hot chocolate. Ivan asks, have you ever been in Croatia? Of course I have, especially when growing up. Me and my family would go on holiday in Croatia. So yes, but I would like to go back and explore, especially the parts that are not on the water, because we've been to the coast mainly. Hans asks, where is your bicycle? That's a good question. I was late for this live stream because I've had problems with the bicycles. I left my bicycle on the other end of Central Park. Hello, Larry. John Spark says, I can't believe you eat horses, Mary Jane. So he's referring to the fact that in a collaboration with Urbanist, I was eating bresaola, which is a typical Italian charcuterie, and it's usually made of horse meat. And in Italy, it's totally normal to eat horse meat. Like, we have horse meat steaks as well. It's a very tasty kind of meat, and I have no problems eating it. Woohoo! Super chat! Di Harjono! Hello! $5. Thank you so much for the super chat. Di Harjono. I hope I'm reading your name right. And another super chat, Elisa52, €5. Thank you so much, Elisa. I appreciate this. I see someone from Treviso, Luca Montagnier. Hello there. Treviso is a city in the Veneto region, which is close to Friuli, my region. John Manzo says both are defunct. At the Stage Deli and Carnegie Deli used to argue about corned beef because Stage used New York water, Carnegie New Jersey water. Oh, that's interesting. Sorry, I read these comments so badly. Micromax asks, what's the time now? Here it's about almost 1 p.m., between noon and 1 p.m. Yvette asks, do you drink coffee? No, Yvette, I am intolerant to coffee since I was a teenager, so I stopped when I was 16. Okay, let me have a sip of water first. Some good tap New York City water. Let's see if I can put the tripod here for a second without you falling. And then I'm gonna take a little walk. Here I am again. Alejandro asks, what did you eat or are planning to eat? Well, I had a late and big breakfast so that I can skip lunch, and I have an apple in my backpack, of course. Oh, look at this, so beautiful. Goodbye, Mike. Mike goes back to work. It was nice to see you here. George Kelly, oh, such a nice thought. $5 super chat. Thank you, George. New York loves to have you here. This is, let me flip. This is such a nice thing to say. Thank you very much. It was very nice. Paolo Dairos. Paolo Dairos is on the chat. Hello, Paolo. Bella Ross says, tap water in your reusable bottle. Budget and environmentally friendly. Yes, absolutely. I never buy bottled water. I don't see the point in doing it. Unless I'm in an emergency, I either forgot my reusable bottle, something like that. Okay, ask any flowers in Central Park? Very good question, because I actually came to this specific place to show you the flowers, but I think they are on the other side of the garden. So now we are going there and I'm gonna show you the flowers. I'm sure they are still there, even though we've had some cold weather. Here we are at the entrance again. I've heard people get married here. I mean, it must be extremely expensive, but very nice location. I guess if you can afford to live in your city and make a family here, at least in this area, you can afford to spend some more for your wedding. Hello, QWERTY! You are at work as well, but you are listening. Thanks. Okay, so I'm reading your comments in the meantime. Came to New York City. I came by plane, unfortunately. I've never came by boat or anything. I came by plane here in February, at the beginning of February, thinking about staying only 3 weeks, and I ended up being kind of stuck here with the pandemic. Oh wait, I have a super chat. Sorry, let me change the hand. Kevin Rubio, if you come to Los Angeles, I recommend getting the book Discovering Griffith Park by Casey Schreiner. It is the definitive book on one of America's largest city parks, including hiking trails. Thank you so much for the tip. I hope I will be able to visit California at some point, and I will remember about this tip. Thank you very much, Kevin. And I have another super chat. Cayman, all the best to you. Thank you so much, Cayman. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. Chris Pocorni, hello. Paolo Dairos says, avete bei giardini a New York ed anche un bel sole estivo. Qui piove e comincia l'autunno. So he's saying that we have beautiful gardens here in New York and a beautiful summer sun, but that's the exception of today, and that it's raining there in the north of Italy and the fall is beginning. Okay, I arrived to the part that I wanted to show you. Let me show you. I see many flowers actually just either died or they are about to die, but it's still beautiful. Brian says Griffith Park and especially Griffith Observatory located within is one of my favorite places to visit in LA. Interesting. I will remember Griffith Park. And when I go, I will read the book. Hans asks, what does mean the super chat? Good question. So super chat is a button that you have next to the section where you can write comments. Let me flip the camera. It's a button with the dollar symbol on top, and you can actually give me tips for the tour that I'm making for the live stream. Yeah, that's it. They are tips, but they are in collaboration with YouTube, so I think 30% of that goes to YouTube and the rest goes to me. Thanks for asking. You know, fun enough, I laughed a little bit at this question because at the beginning, when I did my first live stream, I didn't know what super chat was. So I started receiving these tips, these donations, and I didn't really understand what it was. So yeah, that was kind of hilarious, I think, because I'm a YouTuber, so I should know these things. So this is Conservatory Garden, and it's in the northern part of Central Park. I think it's a place that not many people know. Like, it's not one. Also because maybe it's a smaller part of Central Park, and it's not that place that you come to hang out with your friends. It's more a place to come and have a walk and enjoy these beautiful plants. Look at this color, isn't it amazing? I hope the live stream can offer a decent image quality. I mean, this color just makes me mad. I could look at this flower for half an hour now. So let's just not do that, because otherwise you will all go away. Look at this. Okay, let me see some of your comments, because I see you're writing quite a bit. Mr. Sosa says 30% is a ripoff. Oh, you mean the part that goes to YouTube from the super chat? Yes, I think so. Yvette says a super chat should go 100% to the creator. I think it's wrong from YouTube to take anything, let alone 30%. I don't know what to tell you. Also, I don't know. I also think that 30% is a little bit too high. I think it's fair that YouTube takes a percentage though, because they offer me this whole platform that is working, and they offer me the technical tools to be able to actually make this live stream and all these things. So they absolutely deserve a reward for that. Probably 30% is a little bit of a ripoff. I think from the ads of the videos, of the normal videos, they get about 50%, so even more. Honestly, these are things that in my first year of YouTube I knew perfectly, these numbers, but now I just forgot about them. I just don't care. And my main revenue is anyways through Patreon. So it's the monthly pledges that my biggest fans of the channel make me on Patreon. It's a platform, the link is in the description down below of this live stream, and their Patreon, so the platform itself, keeps 5% of what people donate to me, which also I think is fair. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think that percentage is? Look at these flowers. So beautiful. Okay, someone says the quality is great and the flowers are beautiful. I'm glad you are able to see them almost as good as I can see them. George Atlas, hello. George is the one who guessed first the park where I was doing 2 live streams ago. The mysterious park. We had a guessing game of in which park I was for like the whole first part of the live stream, and nobody was able to guess it until George guessed it first. Giselle asks, was it hard for you to start this YouTube channel? Good question. And Belarus says, I totally agree with you, Yvette. I believe there are other platforms where can help support MJ in her adventures that takes less or nothing at all. Well, yeah, I use Patreon. I feel good with that. They take, as I said, 5%. I hope it's a fair percentage. Auke asks, do the flowers smell good? I'm gonna smell them for you guys and I'm gonna tell you, Auke. Ever tried Twitch? 21-year-old asks, no, I've never tried Twitch. I'm gonna go smell flowers now. Let's see if some smell. Oh my god, this one smells. Oh my god, am I framing myself? Okay, thank you, because you asked me to smell them. I would have never imagined that they actually have a smell. It's very subtle, very delicate. This one smells almost like roses, I would say, almost like roses. But more delicate and subtle. I will try to smell other flowers now that I know. Judith asks, what about PayPal? I think I include the PayPal link in my videos. Some people actually send me emails to ask me if I can do a one-time donation only instead of doing Patreon. PayPal has the same problem though. It also takes 5%, or I think even 7%, because it's connected to my Italian account. And PayPal, I think it works much better for American accounts from the United States, but if you live abroad or if you are connected to abroad, the international fees are crazy expensive. Oh, this one too. Okay, you built a monster here. I'm gonna start smelling every flower I see now. No, this one doesn't smell, thank God, because otherwise I would stop this live stream here and go smell flowers. John wrote, I please ask your good thoughts and prayer for praying types. Grand jury for Breonna Taylor is coming out at 1:15 and our city is on edge. It's scary right now. Wow, I didn't know that. For who doesn't know who Breonna Taylor is, she was an American woman. How to explain this in 2 words? She was an American woman, a black woman, who was killed by mistake in her own apartment by some policemen who entered one evening in her apartment, thinking that that apartment belonged to a big drug dealer or something like that, and they just shot to her and her partner. I hope I'm telling the story wrong. Anyway, she was a black woman, unfairly killed, simply. You know, from one moment to the other, she was just killed for a mistake in the judgment of the policeman. And I guess now they are deciding what legal consequences these policemen are going to have. This is what John was talking about. So, okay, John is explaining better than me. Police raided her house for drugs. No drugs were present. Her boyfriend fired a shot, not knowing it was the police. Okay, so the boyfriend fired a shot first. I've also heard that they were actually looking for someone else in that apartment. It was probably someone who was living there before them or something like that. I don't know if I've heard the wrong. The police shot blindly into the apartment and killed her. Yeah, so the main point of the story is that it seems like policemen are entitled to enter in private apartments of citizens and shoot them without these people doing nothing really. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to go into this. Yeah, John says they were looking for a former boyfriend who used her address in the past. Yes, that was the mistake. He used her address in the past. Goodbye, Alejandro. Let me see your other. I keep walking a little bit in the meantime. Stephanie, hello. Hello, Mr. Cobb from Rocca. Sammy says, I love these New York City walks. I'm glad to hear. I'm also glad to do these live streams outside of my apartment. John Spark asks, have you had any crazy stalkers since you come to New York City? Can you hear me? I'm trying to talk a little bit more quietly because I don't want to disturb people who are here just sitting and reading in silence. No, I haven't had any crazy stalkers or anything like that, or any people following me, stuff like that. Like Action Kid. These don't smell, but look how beautiful they are. Yeah, Action Kid has had problems of that type. And I'm very scared about potential stalkers or people, following me just because I have more, popularity, I think is the word in English, now that many people follow my social media. So, yeah, that's why I always try to be very careful. I never revealed where I live exactly. And when I do these live streams, if I do them in a potentially risky place, I don't reveal the location, at least not at the beginning. That's all. Chris Bates from Arizona, hello. It's so hot here, I can imagine. Arizona has been one of my top dream destinations since when I was a kid or a teenager. I was just in my, home village in Italy and just dreaming of visiting Arizona. I guess it has mostly to do with a movie from one of my favorite movie directors ever, Emir Kusturica, which is shot in Arizona, and it's called Arizona Dream. Hello Marty, just joined. So I'm gonna repeat for whoever has just joined. I am in Central Park right now, and this part of the park, this beautiful part of the park, I'm gonna show you around, is called Conservatory Garden. It's in the northern area of Central Park, and I discovered it a couple of weeks ago. So today I decided to shoot here, to go live here, because I think it's beautiful, and especially because this is one of the very last days of warmth here in New York City before the fall. So these flowers are not going to be here for so long anymore. So I took the chance to show them to you today. Okay, let me see other. Let me smell this. Oh, this one smells as well. Oh my god, this smells like yellow. I can let me try again. I cannot tell you what it smells like. It smells like the color yellow. This is how the best I can describe it. Bee griffing, isn't today the first day of autumn? It was yesterday actually, but yes, good guess. In fact, yeah, I didn't know if I should title this video the first day of fall or the last day of summer, but it's more like the last day of summer. John Spark, give the video a thumbs up, everyone. Yes, good idea. Please, everyone, so the algorithm will help me make the live stream more visible. If you give a thumbs up, it costs only one click. Dimitri from Russia, hello there. Marcus says it's a sunflower. Yes, it was. Kay LeBlanc asks, let me see if I can also find a nice bench to sit down for a while. Oh wait, Elisa52 says i fiori gialli alti sono I fiori del topinambur. I translate in English. She says the yellow tall flowers are the flowers of the Jerusalem artichokes, are called in English. So the ones that I was smelling earlier, let me flip. These ones? Elise, are you sure of what you are saying? Is this Jerusalem artichoke? So, questi sono topinambur? You know, I ate the Jerusalem artichokes the other day. I found them at the farmer's market, bought them. I sliced them thinly and I made a nice dressing made of sunflower seeds and vinegar and olive oil, of course, and they were delicious with some toasted almonds. Herrick, is this the botanical garden? No, this is the conservatory garden in Central Park. Let me flip it again. Lyndon, do you overhear Italian much in your city? Not at all. Not at all. Like literally zero. which usually is something that makes me happy, because I don't like to see, when I travel, I don't want to see other Italians around, you know, or yeah, I want to hang out with the locals. But right now that I switched to live here because of the pandemic, I miss Italy so much in this moment that I would love to meet more Italians. And every time I see someone that is Italian around, or I hear speaking Italian, I take the chance to go and say hi, which is kind of weird. I feel like a creep sometimes. Okay, let me read other comments. Paolo, le margherite gialle del tuo orto. I see. Good to know. We were still talking about the yellow flowers. I wanted to answer to a question that I was asked earlier and I didn't answer immediately, and it was it hard to build this YouTube channel at the beginning? And that is a very good question, because I guess not many people realize how hard it is to build a presence on social media in general, but especially on this very platform that is YouTube. Because you see, I can make the comparison with Instagram because it's the second social media platform that I know very well. Instagram is so much easier to grow. It's so much easier. Like, if you have 100k followers on Instagram, I would say it's equivalent to have 20k on YouTube, because Instagram is much quicker and people just find you through, you know, the search bar or something. They see a picture of you and they follow you. But for YouTube, before they subscribe to your channel, they have to watch at least one full video of yours. At least one full video, which means that they have to spend at least 10-20 minutes before they decide to subscribe. Whereas on Instagram, they have to spend, 30 seconds? They go into your profile, they see another couple of pictures. If they like them, they click on follow. YouTube, it's it's been very, very hard for me, especially at the beginning. So yeah, this is to answer your question. It's been very hard. And I guess, you know, the most famous social media personalities are the ones who became very famous. I mean, what did I say? It doesn't make sense. I wanted to say that because the most famous YouTube personalities are the ones that people know the most. People are drawn to think that social media is easy, and it's easy to become successful and to monetize, like to make a living out of it. But it's really not like that. I have the feeling that many people that are very successful on social media, many of them have worked hard for very long periods of times, but many of them also happen to go viral a couple of times. You know, one of their videos or their pictures got trapped in this algorithm and was just pushed, and that's in combination with hard work, of course, and then they became famous. But for us normal small YouTubers who don't go viral and don't get shout-outs from other YouTubers who have millions of followers, it's very, very hard to grow. So please support the small YouTubers, because it's a very beautiful job, but it's extremely hard. Time for a kiss. Super chat. Let me see. Is there a culture food rivalry between Italy and France? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. The relationship between Italy and France is like love and hate, because many Italians, I can say from the Italian side, obviously, not from the French side, many Italians love French culture and French people. Other Italians hate French culture and French people. I'm more on the second group. I'm not a big fan of French anything. But for sure we feel like we have a certain connection with France, because we both have great history, great food, great fashion, and great wine. These are the things that characterize us and distinguish us from other countries around the world. So of course there is some rivalry, because we are the best at the same things, kind of. But at the same time, we feel like we are cousins. So there is also this sense of family belonging. Himanshu says, love time for kisses, bite-sized questions. I read this comment because I love them too. Time for a kiss. I really like your questions. They're nice, they're witty. Harry Chang, hello, nice to see you here. And thank you for the super chat. Good day, Mary Jane. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? Oh, wow. Wow, that's another great question. I mean, tomorrow, I mean, if we have to remain on the technical side here of the story, I would say I would love to be able to use a proper camera. Yeah, probably right now, this is a desire that I have, because I have tried to use like a proper camera. I don't know how they're called. I don't know if it's mirrorless or DSLR. I think it was a mirrorless, and I just can't. I can't. I need either someone to show me, or I've seen tutorials. I watched them. I tried the same thing on my camera. I don't understand. So I would say that, because I would like to do better quality videos. So that's definitely a quality that I would like to have. I feel like in editing, I'm good. I feel very confident in editing, but it's the filming part that I don't have. But if you say, like, what was exactly the question? Quality or ability? Quality would be, I would like to be more patient. This is one quality, but this is a very generic one. I think I'm getting much better during these past few years at being more patient in my life. I think patience is such a great quality, especially in nowadays society, because we are rushing everything so much. And also we have the internet, which internet brought so many things and brought the speed of anything. It brought the speed of light into our everyday lives. So now, because we're used to, ask a question to Google and have the answer within 2 seconds, we are losing the quality of being patient and wait for things. Wait for things to rise, wait for things to be discovered, to unravel. You say unravel? Unravel. Sorry, my English. So that's another quality that I would like to have. More humor is another quality that I would like to have. I talked about it 2 live streams ago. Yeah, these are the ones that come to my mind right now. Thanks for the question, Henry. That was interesting. Okay, let me see your comments. Paul says, patience is a virtue. Yes, you are right. Virtue, quality, I guess it's valid as a quality as well. Himanshu asks, did people figure out where you're live streaming this time? Was that even a topic? Where are you? Himanshu, I am in Central Park, and exactly I'm in a closed garden, closed by walls, that is in the northern part of Central Park. About the other questions that you asked me, I don't know. I'm always honestly worried that people might follow me, might stalk me or something like that. But I guess today I'm in such an open and crowded place that even if someone had to follow me, I would be fine. This is the answer. Juan Vela, does Bologna make the best food in Italy? Who told you that? I don't know. Well, Bologna is just a city. I would rather talk about Emilia-Romagna. Emilia-Romagna is my favorite region for food in Italy, but this is just my personal taste. I think, in Italy, literally every region has some amazing food. It's very hard to choose one over the other. Charles Patrick says, I'd want to wake up and be a polyglot. That's a nice quality to ask for from one day to the other. Yeah. I guess though, I know 3 languages plus my regional language. So in total is 4. So I don't have that extreme curiosity about how it is to speak fluently another language, because I do already. But sometimes I feel like I would like to learn new languages, and now that I can travel, well, pre-pandemic at least, I could travel wherever I wanted in the world and learn that language. I was so undecisive between Russian and Chinese, for example, that, I don't know, sometimes I would feel like I wanted just to, do this and be able to speak either one of the two. But I also enjoy the process of learning a language, which is extremely difficult. But if you learn a language in the country, which I've done with German, it's such a beautiful process. It's the hardest thing ever I've had in the first 3 months that I was in Germany. I remember that I was living in a dorm, so we had, a common kitchen among 10 of us, common kitchen, common living room, common balcony. So I was speaking a lot of German, and I was in the middle of groups of German people who were speaking with each other in their own language, And I remember I had such big headaches. It was like a constant headache and constant feeling of being stupid. Because when you are in a foreign country and all you can say is, how was your day today? How are you? I went to university today. I had a lesson today. You feel like you are stupid, You cannot show some other sides of yourself to other people that live with you. So that was hard. But after 6 months, I started speaking actually fluently. Like I was able to fluently have conversations with Germans, and that was the best sensation and most rewarding sensation in the world. So I hope I triggered any of you who was thinking about learning a language to actually start doing it. And my best advice for learning a foreign language is to go to the country. Like, of course, if you're very passionate of studying through books, you can learn a language just through books. But don't do it, because it takes 20 times more than learning it by having, friends and like a surrogate family in the country. Okay, that's it. I was starting with one of my monologues. David says, feeling stupid, how about when I was first in Russia and dogs could understand Russian better than me? Yeah, I can imagine that. Mohammed Mosen says, I really would like to open a vlogging channel on YouTube to share my days with my overseas friends, but I do not feel comfortable showing my face. Any tips or advice? Cheers. Yes, absolutely. First of all, you don't have to show your face. There are so many channels out there where they are not focused on a person. Look, even Action Kid's channel, for example. If you don't know him, look it up. Action Kid is the name. He does walking videos and he shows his face, but it's not necessary. Like, he could stay hidden all the time. Second point, unless it's a person that is very outgoing, nobody really feels comfortable showing their face on camera. At the beginning, I was feeling terribly uncomfortable. I didn't know what to say because you have to speak to a camera. Like, it feels weird. It feels like you are, again, stupid. It feels like you are ridiculous. But if this second one is your case, please just start and do it, because it will go away. With practice, it will go away. You will get better at showing your face and talking to the camera. Jonathan Cannon says, also learning German, it's sort of useless because Germans all speak English and usually speak English better than most Americans. I feel you on this, because Germans really, they learn English so well, so it's really not necessary to know German if you want to live in Germany. But this happens especially with newer generations. If you hang out with older generations, or also in very small towns, then you need German. And what I did personally, I was in an environment where it was half and half, because there were many international students and international people in general. I would always ask Germans to speak to me in German, because many people, especially for example at parties, many Germans would approach me and they would start speaking in English because they want to practice their English. That's what they do. That's why they are so good in speaking English. They take any chance to speak it. And I would just ask them, we've chatted a little bit in English, but now let's please switch to German, because I also need to practice my German. So that was my trick. Doreen Amos, hello! Thank you for the super chat. Ciao Bella! I hope you are okay. It's nice to see you here, Doreen. Hey Melissa, or should I say hola Melissa, new subscriber. Where are you from? ¿Dónde estás, Melissa? Sorry, I'm putting on my shoes because I want to walk a little bit more. Yes. Enjoy the spot. Enjoy the spot. It's a good one.
Where are you from?
Italy. Let me show you where I am, because it's so beautiful here. Look at this.
Part of Italy.
No smell. Oh, this one has a very, very subtle smell. It's a earthy smell. Javier says very good Spanish accent. Oh, nice. Thank you, Javier. I don't really know how to speak Spanish, but a few words are similar to Italian, so I can say them. Doreen, I don't know if you just connected. If you do, and to everyone who just connected, I am in Central Park in a garden called Conservatory Garden in the northern part of Central Park. And I came here because I think it's one of the last days that we can see all these flowers, because it's very warm today in New York City, but for the past week we've had pretty low temperatures, very low for this period. Oh, I love these pink flowers. They smell kind of like roses. Look at, I don't even know if you're interested in plants, but I don't care. This is so beautiful. There are so many different types of plants with different leaves and colors and different flowers. Like, ooh, that was a wasp. Look at these leaves, for example. They're so peculiar. No, I'm gonna go this way. And this color too is phenomenal. Okay, sorry. Flower moment is done. I swear. Let me talk a little bit more. Stefan asked, are there many bees and butterflies? Yes, there are. There are also butterflies, I must say, in Central Park. I'm looking at one right now. Well, that was a... Don't know if the camera catches them up. Okay, let me read some of your comments. Why do Italian men have mustache? John asks. Do Italian men have mustache? I don't know. Maybe in the 80s, like the whole world had mustache in the 80s. Hi Sarah, I am from Italy. Mike asks, is New York dying? Everyone is leaving. New York is not dying, guys, don't worry. Many people are leaving, let them leave. The people that are leaving are the rich ones, the ones who can afford it, but the essential workers of the city, they all stay here because they have family here and they cannot afford to move the entire family to another place. So I keep showing this to you. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, where should I go? Do you want me to go anywhere in particular? Stephanie, someone has been asking if you like pizza from New Jersey. Thank you, Stephanie. I've never tried the pizza from New Jersey, believe it or not. Is it different than the New York style? Let me know. Judith. No, Mike, we are still here. New York City is hurting, but still here. Yes, Judith. Judith is my neighbor here in New York City. I mean, not proper neighbor, but we live not very far from each other. And she's a real New Yorker. Time for a kiss. another one, of your bite-sized questions. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Top 3 favorite smells. Are you 100% Italian by race? Let me flip. Okay. So there is one thing that I'm gonna say it now, but I've been thinking about making a video about it. It's a very, very delicate matter. It's the fact that in Italy and in Europe in general, you cannot talk about race for humans. Like, the word race is against the etiquette. So when I came here in the United States, at the beginning I was very confused because people keep talking about races and they ask you, what race are you? Are you Caucasian? Are you black? Are you Latino? And to me it is so weird, and I've been accused of being racist in the past because I've used words that I shouldn't have used here in the United States. But you also use words that are not okay with us in Europe, and they are very racist if you say them in Europe. The word race in Europe is banned. If you talk about race in Europe, you are a fascist. So just to let you know. Okay? But I know what you mean, because I now I understand how things in America work. And so yes, I am 100% Italian. More specifically, I'm 100% Friulan, which is a very autonomous region in Italy. And to answer to your question, top 3 favorite smells, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. Not sure if I can answer. Because I have a very, very sensitive nose, and for me smells are a very important part of my everyday life. Favorite smells? Like, I love basil. That's one of them. By the way, tomorrow I'm gonna shoot. I have all my basil at home that I was farming, cultivating on the fire escape, and tomorrow I'm gonna make pesto with it, and I'm gonna make a video about it, and my Sunday release is gonna be probably a cooking video. This said, okay, so basil is one of them for sure, and then tomato, I could say, also is a smell that just makes me go mad. And there is a okay, I could include, there is a perfume. I don't wear perfume. I've never really wore perfume. When I was a teenager, maybe. But there is one perfume in particular that I really love, and it's extremely expensive, so I've never actually owned it, but I love it so much. If I will ever buy a perfume in my entire life, it will be that one. And it is Issei Miyake. It's an Issei Miyake, but I don't remember the name. If any of you is familiar with this perfume, it's a woman perfume. I love that. Gianluigi, do you like the smell of Frappuccino? No, I don't like the smell of coffee in general. Like, when it's just made, it's nice, but in general I don't like it. Also, I'm here in Central Park today because I am shooting a vlog. So probably in 2 weeks, this Sunday is gonna be the cooking video with pesto, and probably in 2 weeks I'm gonna release this vlog in Central Park, because my mission is to walk the entire Central Park from north to the south, and I will show you my favorite parts as well. So that's it, you can expect one. And I will make a part of the video about this garden as well, because I think it's definitely worth showing it. I want to show the park in the summer. That's what I want to do. Because then, you know, in the fall, maybe I will make another video for the fall. Gianluigi, how did you meet Action Kid? Wait, Stephanie asked if I can spell it. Was it directed to me or to someone else in the chat? Not sure about it.
He was a devotee of the right?
Oh, the perfume.
Yeah.
It's Issei Miyake. He's a Japanese designer. So he's the one who makes those beautiful clothes with pleats. I love his clothes as well. It's ISSEMIYAKE. I think.
Well, I don't know.
You know, this spelling thing, it's so hard. I think kids in America or in English-speaking countries, they learn how to spell when they are like in elementary school. This is what I imagine, I don't know. But for me, it's so difficult. It's a really difficult thing to do. So, whatever. Gianluigi asked me how I met Action Kid. That's an interesting question. Nobody asked me that before. Does anybody know how I met Action Kid? So, Action Kid, I met him through his cycling videos. It was last summer. I was preparing in August my ultimate guide for biking in New York City, which is one of my favorite videos on my channel, honestly. And I found some of his videos, his cycling videos, on YouTube because I needed some examples of traffic situations in New York City, and I sent him an email to ask him if I could use his footage, and that's how we met for the first time, virtually, obviously. Himanshu, hello, thank you for the super chat, Himanshu. Are you looking forward to American fall festivals, Thanksgiving, Halloween? Himanshu, I have to admit that, you know, I'm not Italian, so these festivals don't really have a very deep meaning for me. Halloween especially is not like, I never like to wear costumes and stuff like that. We have Carnival in Italy that is a very traditional festival, and you are supposed to dress up in costumes. I don't really like that. But Thanksgiving is a holiday, you call it holiday. It's a holiday that I like a lot because I feel like here in New York City is really the only one that is about family. Which really reminds me of my home because, you know, in Italy, every holiday is about family, basically. There are very few holidays during the year that are not about family, and we have a lot of holidays, like national holidays, as you might know. But this said, yeah, Thanksgiving, I think it's nice. Also here in New York City, usually it's so chaotic all the time, every day, at any hour of the day. And Thanksgiving, it's usually really the only day that it becomes very quiet. It almost feels like a dead city. And yeah, especially in the afternoon, evening, you see no one around on the streets. Or if you see someone, they have like a bottle of wine or a cake, you know, they are going somewhere to meet their family or their friends. That's it. Ocean Planet, hello, first time you catch the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. I'm glad you're here. Let me see, how can I get out from here? Steven or Stefan, I love your videos and I am recommending you to others. Oh, thank you so much. You deserve to have at least 1 million subscribers. That's so nice of you, thank you. I appreciate it. Don Vito Casciofero, have you ever been to LA yet or Miami? No, I have never been to any part of the south of the United States. I'm a very northern girl. I love northern places in general. Igor, is this a spider on your shirt left side? I don't know. Where? I don't see spiders. If it is, well, let's I hope he is enjoying the mean on transportation. Mike, it looks very nice. Where are you at? Well, now I am out of the conservatory garden and I'm walking towards a lake. Don Vito Casciofero, doesn't New York have the Italian San Gennaro Festival? Yes, I've heard about it. I've never been there though. Also, San Gennaro is probably a festival of Neapolitaner, because San Gennaro is the patron of Naples, and so it's really not my area. But I hope I will be able to, if they do it, I hope I will be able to go there and take a look. Also, I was talking about Thanksgiving earlier and how it feels like here in New York City. Well, when the pandemic started in March, what I kept saying is that when the quarantine started, I kept saying that it felt like Thanksgiving every day because it was so quiet and the city was so empty. So this year we've had that sensation already, so I don't really look forward to Thanksgiving that much. Oh, let me show you where I am. No, sorry, I'm so bad with dealing with the phone. I'm here. So here we are in Harlem. I mean, we're still in Central Park, but this is the Harlem side. There, after this lake, it's the northern border of the park. And if you exit there, you are in Harlem. And this is the Harlem Mayor. Mayor. I don't know how it's called.
500 million for the whole creative industry.
It's very nice. Actually, last one time that I came here, this lake was full of algae on the surface, and they were such a bright green color, and they were forming these waves and drawings on the surface of the water. It was extremely beautiful. Like, because I'm shooting this vlog about Central Park today, I wish there would be those algae. I'm a bit sad that there are not. I thought they were permanent. But I have some stories that I shot that day, so I'm gonna include those stories in my vlog probably. Let me sit on this bench and I'm gonna read more of your questions. That was modeling shot. Johnny Crash, hello. I'm in Central Park, Johnny Crash, in the northern part of Central Park, Harlem. Sarah asked, is it okay to swim in the water? No, it's not okay. Nobody does it. I think it's illegal. And it's also gross. John Spark, that was a bit nosy, MJ. Yes, it was. But hey, they're here. I can even see them from here. I mean, if you do something like that in Central Park, you cannot expect to have some privacy. Don Vito Cascioferro, which university did you go to? I'm gonna answer to this because someone earlier, I saw this question again from Luca something. I went to University of Padua, in the city of Padua, Italy, in the Veneto region. And I did both bachelor and master there, but I also spent 1 year at the University of Freiburg im Breisgau in Germany during my bachelor. Oh, such a nice breeze. Oh, it feels so nice. You know, we went from having super hot and humid days here in New York City the whole summer. I'm talking about 30, 35 degrees, but really humid, like that very bad kind of warmth, to having to wear a sweater and have really cold. So we completely skipped this middle way, which is like it is today, that is like 25 degrees and a little bit of breeze that feels so nice. So I'm a bit sad about that. But I must say about this summer, I know that so many New Yorkers really suffered this summer because it's been a really hot one. And yeah, I actually loved it because I love the heat.
Excuse me. Were you taking pictures of the dancer up there that was topless?
No, this is a live stream.
So she was live streamed?
Yes, I think so.
Did you know that's incredibly rude, right?
Oh, I am very sorry. To be honest,
she's topless up there.
I honestly realized it only when I zoomed in. So you know what? I can cut it from the video.
Great, thank you.
Yes. Okay, I will do that. I'm very sorry.
Thank you.
So yeah, University of Padua. Is that the same university Casanova went to? Not sure. Casanova was from Venice, I guess. So Padua is near Venice. It's like 20 minutes by car from Venice. I couldn't say the kilometers. Luca Montagnier, that's the one who asked me the same question. How many spritz did you drink in Padua? Countless. You know, spritz is the typical beverage of Padua. It's a drink, I think spritz is also here. It's made also here. And it's like a cocktail kind of drink with wine and some kind of liquor, vermouth, something like that. Bo asks, can you understand the English songs at first heard? Interesting question, because I could never understand English songs. But the other day I was listening to an old song from my childhood or teenage, and I realized, an American one, and I realized that for the first time I could understand the lyrics. But it's still complicated, even for me, for the level of English that I have now, it's still complicated for me to understand the lyrics of the songs in English. Himanshu says, it's a public space, there is no expectation of privacy. Yeah, I actually agree with that. I don't know, I like to be nice to everyone. Hey, whatever. He was also trying to protect the model. Probably he was doing a nice thing for her. And I'm gonna delete I think I can delete that part from the live stream with it's not a big deal. Like, YouTube allows me to do that, so I'm gonna do it. I honestly didn't realize that she was half naked. Like, I thought she had something. I saw that she was very naked, but I thought she had something that would, cover that part. And then I zoomed in and I realized that she was really naked, so I zoomed out again. Stephanie, did anyone go back and see if you can tell she was topless? I didn't notice at all. Yes. So I think it was the photographer who came here down from, they were shooting here on top of this rock. He came down here to ask me if I made pictures of her. And I say I will delete the part from the video. But honestly, I mean, they stopped here. They are not even in the middle of the woods. Also, I think it would have been rude if I was actually taking pictures or videos. But it was not like that rude, I think. Because I mean, they are still, like, even if I was vlogging, I will still probably take a shot of that. It's still part of New York City. When you see photo shooting on the street, I film them because I think it's a very New York thing and it deserves to go on a vlog. So whatever, let's not talk about this. It's all right. I will delete that part. I don't want to have naked boobs on my channel anyways. Yeah, you keep discussing about this nude shooting. Texman says actually the photographer is wrong for shooting nude photos in public. I think the country where I come from, it would be actually illegal, I said. Like, it is just illegal to be topless in public. So they were doing something illegal, and yeah, they came to me to tell me that I was doing something rude, which was a little bit kind of weird. And Don Vito Casciofero says, should have told him to piss off, he's in a public park. I would never do that, Don Vito, although I understand what you're saying, but I would never do that because I strongly believe in kindness between human beings. I don't, like, even if someone does something extremely rude and annoying to you, I always believe that the best thing to do is to be nice and kind. Not on the surface and then go back to your friend and say, what an asshole. I mean, like, genuinely nice and kind. Because it's better for society, but it's also better for yourself because you stress less. Do you see me stressed right now? No, I'm not. So that's just to explain my reasons. Bo, ti avevo fatto... So Bo is asking me about understanding songs in English because he would like to learn English at that point that he could understand the lyrics. Non so cosa dirti, Bo, perché secondo me io sono un po' imbranata a capire le parole delle canzoni in inglese, non so perché. Mi ricordo mia sorella, ad esempio, che di certo non ha il mio stesso livello di inglese, ce l'ha più basso, ma lei riesce a capire le parole delle canzoni in inglese. Non tutte, ma la gran parte, quindi probabilmente è un problema mio. Non voglio scoraggiarti a imparare l'inglese. Okay, let's go back to English now. I'm sorry for this Italian little moment. Ocean Planet asks, Ocean Planet, one of my old subscribers, and he or she is the first time finding me on live stream, so I'm gonna answer to this question. What is the plan? COVID is going to stay with us for a while. Are you staying in New York for a long time? Yes, I am. That's the very hard and difficult decision that I made in between May and June in the spring, when I realized that sorry that COVID not only was about was staying for a long time, because I understood about that. I understood that COVID would have lasted for at least 6 months already in March, because I was in contact with the situation in Italy, and in Italy it was much more, advanced. But then I realized what the consequences would have been for traveling and immigration and all those things, because I was having a long-term relationship here in New York City, and so I was at the same time a tourist. I was on a tourist visa here, so I just decided to settle down, at least for a while. So I got married, I filed for green card, and now I am just trying to enjoy the company of my husband, of course, and my life here in New York City. As soon as I will be allowed from the American Immigration Office to travel again, I will. I definitely will. Like, my traveling life is not done, just to make this clear. Okay, let's go with the comments. Ocean Planet says, all right, thanks for answering. It's good to know what to expect in order to enjoy the content more. Traveling in Europe is complicated right now anyway. Yes, it is. I'm happy that I stayed here, mainly because I'm able to live together with my husband. But to be honest, I don't feel very comfortable being in this country. I thought the culture would be more similar to the one that we have in Europe, in Western Europe at least, here in the United States. But the more time I spend here, the more differences I notice, of course, that's normal. But I must say that I think that the system behind this type of politics and economics here in the United States is very, very different. Like, there are some very deep rooted differences between Western Europe and the United States, and I don't really like how the system is here. In fact, I don't like it at all. And there are certain things that really make me feel very uncomfortable here. Just to mention, the main one is the big differences, the big social differences that there are, which are, I realize that probably I am in the city, in the whole country, where these differences are biggest, but it's just absurd to me to see every day in every corner of the street around my house people who cannot afford to live with dignity. They live on the streets. They are not able to take a shower. They literally go crazy, There are many people who are mentally unhealthy here in New York City, both living on the streets and having like a normal apartment. I don't know why that is, but I've never seen so many mentally unstable people in my life. That makes me very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. And the other thing that I was saying before this, sorry, I was just rambling a little bit too much. What I was saying is that the thing that makes me most uncomfortable are the big economical and social differences between the extremely wealthy people here that live here around Central Park, for example, and on the opposite, those people who don't even have the money to afford a safe apartment to live in. that happens everywhere in the world, but not at this level. This level is just out of control for me. I don't like it. It makes me feel sad every time I exit my apartment. Literally. I said it. Francesco S. Hello there. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Where are you from, Francesco? In the meantime, I want to walk a little bit more. Let's change location. If anyone has just connected to this live stream, hello there, I am Mary Jane, if you don't know me yet, and I am today in Central Park. This is Haarlemmermeer, this artificial lake. We are in the very northern part of Central Park. That one is the northern border of the park. If you exit the park on that way, you are in Haarlem, in the neighborhood of Haarlem. And by the way, you see all these rock formations here? I am reading a absolutely beautiful book about the natural history of Manhattan that actually one of my subscribers suggested me in the comments of one of my videos. It's called Mannahatta, if anyone is interested, by Eric Sanders. And I'm discovering that all these rock formations are they're not artificial. Like all the lakes in Central Park are artificial.
Yeah. Keeping everything
but these rock formations are not, and they were actually very important for experts in history and archaeology to reconstruct the natural history of the island. So that I think is very interesting. It is such an amazing day here in New York City. I wish we could have more days like this before the fall arrives, because the temperature feels just perfect. It's literally 25 degrees and the light breeze that keeps you nice and dry. Francesco from Sicily. A big hug to you too back. Where in Sicily? You know, Sicily was my next destination planned after I came here in February to visit for a few weeks. So in March I should have spent the whole month in Sicily, and more precisely in Catania, but I also wanted to travel around the island, of course. What time is there? Here it's probably about 2 o'clock, I think, 2 p.m. Thank you, Stephanie. 2:11 p.m. Ocean Planet says, nice to see the city from foot level. The bike footage is nice too, but different. Faster, I suppose. Well, it depends. Because you can also have a very low point of view in the videos, also in the bicycle, but of course it's faster. Jason asked, where are you, Mary Jane? Again, I'm in Central Park right now. And I am in the northern part of Central Park, Haarlemmermeer exactly. Paul, thank you. This water that you see is Haarlemmer. It's a less famous part of Central Park, I guess. I think the southern part of Central Park is the most famous. The one that, you know, where they shoot all the movies. Bennett says those rocks, the ones behind me, are left from the last ice age. That's exactly what I read. Thank you for reminding me that. Exactly from the last ice age. So they are able to study the type of rock, of course, but also the scratches that the ice have left there, and, you know, collect data and all that stuff. Johnny says this is the best time of the year in this area, my favorite. I agree with you. I always says that whoever wants to visit New York City should come at its best in either September, October, or April, May. I think those are the best times. But I have a video on my channel titled "What is the best season to visit New York City?" Time for Kiss asks, does your husband agree with your thoughts on America's economic political issues compared to Europe? I mean, I don't want to talk for my husband, you know, we are two different people. So I don't want to talk for him, but I can tell you that in general, yes, he agrees. But of course he has a very different point of view than mine, because he is also American citizen. So he's both Turkish and American citizen, which means that he also grew up in Turkey, and then he came here. So he has a different view of the world than a person that grew up here already. And also talking with him, for example, you know, he is from Turkey, but not the European part of Turkey. He's very Middle Eastern. And although we have, like, our cultures of origin are very different under so many aspects, and yet here in the United States we feel much more connected in the values that we have, the principles that we have, that we believe in, than the Americans. So I would say our point of view is similar on the United States, yes. Pino ask, do you work in New York? No, I don't work in New York. Pino. I'm not even allowed to work in New York because I'm still waiting for my work permit for my green card, from my green card. Ahmad Ozdama, the camera quality is amazing. I'm glad you noticed. It's yeah, it's thanks to Ariel, urbanist, because he revealed me a trick on how to have better quality image in my live streams. So thanks to Ariel. Pino, is it difficult to get a work license? Yes, it's very, very difficult, from what I know. But I've never tried, so I'm not the best person to ask to, because I've never worked here. John Spark asks me, did you have a moped back in Italy? Yes, I did, when I was a teenager though. So because I grew up in the countryside, 10 kilometers, which is about, I think, 6-7 miles from the closest small city, let's say. Yes, I did have a moped, and I was so looking forward to be 14 years old at the time to be able to drive a moped finally. And for 4 years, until I got my driver's license, I was all over the place with my little moped. Lokilo, have you ever been in Russia? No, I've never been in Russia, but I really look forward to. It's one of my top desired destinations, I would say. BJP asks, where does the water for the lake come from? How is the lake filled? Good question. Let me flip the camera. I'm not a big expert on that. I know that all the lakes in Central Park are artificial, but I also know that at least some of them started from very small ponds that were dug. So they used to dig these little ponds, let's say, and make a big hole for the lake. So I don't know if these lakes are actually naturally filled up with that water coming from underground, or if they did it with another system. I don't really know. Okay. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and I am gonna close it now because it's already 2 p.m., past 2 p.m. and I'm gonna continue to film the vlog that I'm doing for about Central Park, and you're gonna be able to see it on my channel probably in 2 weeks, because this week I will probably release the pesto video that I'm gonna shoot tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier, I have so much pesto, so much basil at home that I was cultivating on my fire escape, and since the weather is changing now, it's gonna probably die in a few weeks. So before that, now that it's so full of leaves, I want to make some pesto and freeze it for the winter. And I'm gonna film that so you can see what I do. Ocean Planet, super chat, thank you so much. €3. I'm gonna answer to this question and then I'm gonna close this live stream. Which city in Europe has a similar climate to New York? Look, the whole area from the north of Italy to Berlin level, I would say it has a similar climate to New York City. The very big difference is that we have the influence of the Mediterranean Sea in the southern part of Italy, and in the northern part of Italy we have the influence of the Gulf Stream. Sorry. So these two factors contribute in making the weather much milder. So the temperatures that we reach are similar. In the winter we can reach, -5. Usually it's around 5 degrees Celsius. And in the summer we are 30-35 degrees. But here the seasons are so much sharper and extreme. The summers are very, very hot, especially they are very, very humid. In Europe, I've never seen a place with this type of humidity there is here. And the winters are a little bit colder. and especially the weather changes very quickly here, which also I've never seen it happen in Europe. Actually, I've seen it happening in Norway, but in a different way. Like in Norway, it changes during the day, like 20 times per day. Here it changes from 12 to 24 hours very suddenly. For example, look at this change of the season between summer and fall 2020. We were living a very, very hot summer until around the 10th of September. Within 2 days, between the 10th and the 12th of September, I went from sweating in tank top and shorts and having to use the fan at home, you know, to be able to not sweat while sitting on the couch, to wearing a wool sweater and jacket on top. That's it. That's something that would not really happen in Europe, as far as I know. That was my answer. Oh my God, Emma Barettoni, sei tu là? Sei tu there? Okay, Himanshu, I need to answer this question. Basil, walnut, pine nut pesto? No, pine nut pesto, that's it. No, I'm gonna make a pesto inspired to pesto alla genovese, but very similar. And it's gonna be obviously with pine nuts, Italian pine nuts. Someone asks, how can you compare the north of Italy with Berlin in terms of climate? Look, they are not that different, honestly. Milan, Berlin, I mean, Berlin is colder both in the summer and in the winter, but the type of climate is similar between the two cities than to New York. You come to New York and then you'll see what I mean. Franco, ciao dalla Maremma Toscana, ciao. Sebastian says, I just bought pesto, very cheap one in Carefood in France. It will not be as good as yours. You know, fun fact, I've eaten industrially produced pesto my entire life. And it seemed delicious to me. And then when I was in my early 20s, I started, farming, like planting the seeds at the beginning of the spring on my balcony and having my own pesto. So I started to make having my own basil, and so that's why I started to make the pesto. Sorry, my battery is about to die. That's how I started making the pesto, and since the first time I tried that pesto that I made, I stopped being able to eat the industrial one. The comparison is so I don't know. I'm not able to eat any other pesto anymore, which is kind of bad. But good at the same time, because I've discovered the real good one. Robert Manfred, another super chat. Hello from Austria. Hello there in Austria. My neighbors back in Europe. Okay, I have the impression that so many people connected just now. I'm sorry about that, but I have to close this live stream now because my battery in the phone is dying and my microphone goes in the same lighting port as the battery, so I cannot do both at the same time. But I will continue to walk in Central Park, and I wish you all a wonderful, oh my God, a turtle! Wait, a turtle! She just dove into the water. She scared me behind my back. So cute. I love turtles. I'm not a big animal lover, but turtles are some of my favorite animals. Look at this other one, just sunbathing and chilling in the middle of the lake. So cute. a lot of flowers, plants, and animals in this live stream. I hope you didn't mind. Okay, now I promise this is this is the end of this live stream. I wish you all a very good end of the summer. I hope you will enjoy fully these last days of warm weather, and I also hope that you are all excited for the new season to come. Okay, and we'll spend it a little bit together with this live stream and my vlogs. In the meantime, I killed my microphone. All right, people. I hug you all. Have a great day, you all. Bye bye.